What is going on, guys? Chip here. Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG online video where today we're going to take a break from the expanded format, take a switch over to the standard format, and we're going to look at a list that actually won the League Cup that I went to this past weekend. I, unfortunately, was not the person playing the deck, but huge shout out to Seth Poor, who ended up winning the tournament with this really interesting Tapu Bulu, Zoroark, Silvally-Rayquaza deck. Super cool, super unique, and is really interesting to say the least. And we're going to take a look at this deck. Normally we see Tapu Bulu paired with Vikavolt, but Seth decided, you know what, we're going to mix it up. We're going to try some Rayquaza, we're going to try Silvally-GX, and we're going to see how this works out. So let's go ahead, without further ado, and we're going to hop in starting off with Tapu Bulu-GX here. You guys know him, you guys love him, maybe you hate him, but he's the 180 HP basic grass-type Pokemon with Horn Attack, Nature's Judgment, and Tapu Wilderness, and I can definitely see us using all three of these attacks at some point in the game. If we go second and start a Tapu Bulu, Horn Attack is a great attack to just do a little bit of damage to help set up knockouts later on down the road, and of course, if we go up against a Lycanroc Zoroark deck and they have a Rockruff in the active, Horn Attack can hit for weakness. If we go up against a Greninja, we can donk a Froakie potentially with a Horn Attack, so there's lots of options there. We've also got Nature's Judgment here, 120 damage. If you discard all energy to this attached to this Pokemon, you can do 60 more damage, so 180 damage to discard all the energy. With a Choice Band, that's 210, which is a great number to hit right now. Of course, that's how much HP Zoroark-GX has, so by doing 210, just taking that one-hit knockout, we can really just take that threat out of play, and lots of Zoroark decks are really reliant on two-hit KOing their opponents now, so Nature's Judgment, being able to one-shot, makes Bulu really solid. And then we also have Tapu Wilderness GX, one of two GX attack options we have in this deck. We'll talk about the other one here momentarily. But Tapu Wilderness, 150 damage, heal all damage from this Pokemon, so definitely something I can see us utilizing. Just if they chip away at a Bulu, we can heal all that damage off with a Tapu Wilderness. Let's go ahead and look at the other GX option and the other Pokemon here, or one of the other Pokemon lines, that is Silvally-GX. We are playing a 2-2 line of Type Null and Silvally. With that Gyro Unit ability, your basic Pokemon in play have no retreat cost, so if we have a Bulu in the active, we just discarded all of our energy. We can retreat that into whatever we want, maybe like a Rayquaza or even Silvally-GX, since Silvally has Turbo Drive here, 120 damage. Attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon, so some good acceleration there for Bulu. And then Rebel GX, 50 damage for each of your opponent's benched Pokemon, so this is definitely something that can come in and just take a big one-hit knockout on something with a lot of HP, whereas if we use Nature's Judgment on Bulu, we're likely not going to be taking a one-hit knockout, unless we have a Choice Band and can use it on a Tapu Lele, which definitely could happen. So there's the other option as far as GX attacks go. I did mention Rayquaza, so I want to talk about it really fast. We play two copies here with that Turbo Storm attack. 30 damage, attach two basic energy cards from your discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon. So getting some energies back onto Bulu after we've discarded them. You can kind of see the synergy that we're going for there. And then a 2-2 Zoroark-GX line with that trade ability. Just good consistency booster, and then also Riotous Beating, 20 damage for each of our Pokemon in play. Good solid attacker as well. And then to round the Pokemon out, we do have two copies of Tapu Lele-GX. We're going to really want to find that Brigette on the first turn of the game to set up our Type Nulls and our Zoruas and even a Bulu. So Lele will be important for that. Without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and expand it. Take a look at the rest of what we are working with here. We do have one copy of Field Blower, just a way to manage our opponent's tools in stadiums. We don't play any stadiums ourselves, so that's definitely good. If we go up against any Parallel City decks, that is super annoying for us to deal with. We've got 4 copies of Max Elixir here, helping us accelerate some energy onto our Bulus. We've got 3 copies of Multi Switch, that's right, 3 copies. Really interesting option here. It does have some synergy with Max Elixir plus Multi Switch. Maybe we attacked with like a Lele with Energy Drive, and we want to retreat it with Gyro Unit, and then we can multi-switch the DCE up to like a Zoroark, or we can pull out a Rebel GX out of nowhere. There's lots of really neat plays that we can pull off with the multi-switch, and Seth did choose to go with that heavier count of 3. Really interesting, and hopefully we can maybe pull off some neat plays with this today. We got the 1 copy of Rescue Stretcher, really important if we have to discard some of those stage 1s early on in the game. We've got 4 copies of Ultra Ball and 2 Brigettes, just going to help us get that turn 1 Brigette as often as possible. Really important to get down that type null and some Zoruas on turn 1. 4 copies of Guzma here, letting us bring up whatever our opponent has on the bench, and we're always going to be able to have something that has free retreat on the bench as long as we have a Silvally and a basic Pokemon in play. 4 copies of N and 4 copies of Professor Sycamore to round out the supporter lineup here. We've got 4 copies of Choice Band, just really key card here to boost that damage into the 210 range with Tapu Bulu. Really good to just do a little bit more damage with Turbo Drive, even Rebel GX, letting us hit 230 if they have 4 benched Pokemon, or 180 if they have 5. And then it's also actually really solid on Rayquaza, being able to Turbo Storm, for 60 damage on a 1 prizer is pretty good, especially when we're setting up 2 energy on something like a Bulu on the bench. For DCE, pretty self-explanatory there. Works well with all of our attackers. Bulu can have 1 colorless energy attached to it, so if we have to attach a DCE to get that, we will definitely do that. And then 10 grass energy to round the deck out, and that's what we're working with, guys. Really cool deck. I'm hoping we can snag a couple wins and do it justice in today's video. We're actually getting kind of close to the Getsus, about 500-ish ladder points away, so hopefully we can get that guy in the next 13 days and 4 hours and 3 minutes. But thank you guys so much, as always, for watching these videos. Definitely please be sure to leave a like down below if you enjoy these videos. It helps me out a ton, and it just is a great way for you to show your support and interact with me and let me know that you're watching the video. So it just means a lot to me when you guys take a minute to do that. And without further ado, we're going to hop in, going up against Major Tom here, a Dark Fairy Psychic deck. Not sure what this is going to be. We see a Lunala deck box and coin. Not sure. Okay. We do start type null, which is a little awkward. That means we kind of have to bench another type null this turn because we can't get our stage 1's free retreat, of course. And but we'll see what this deck is and my opponent has. Oh my goodness. We played against one of these spread decks yesterday. So annoying. But we'll see what we can do. So it's going to be a Honchkrow spread deck, it looks like. Go ahead and take our mulligan. And we have abilities on a lot of stuff. Not on Bulu, though, which is nice. So what do we want to do here? So we're definitely going to Ultra Ball. I think we're going to get rid of Ultra Ball and maybe a Multi Switch. Honestly, we could just go in with Bulu. Everything has 120 HP or less and just hit real hard with Bulu. I do want to bridge it, though, because we need to retreat this active type null. Right now, the only way to do that would be a DCE. And this also thins out more cards from the deck if we're going to use Max Elixir. We do have all of our grass energy available to us, including the one in our hand. So I think I will go Lele Brigette. I guess we do have a Guzma, but then we're relying on top decking and energy. So we're just going to go Brigette, and we're going to get a Bulu and a type null. Trying to keep things out of play that have abilities for sure. Dragon Claw, unfortunately, does 10 less damage than we would need it to. So I'm not even going to get a Zorua for this. We're going to go ahead and try to hit this Max Elixir. We do hit it. Very nice. Attach a grass. And if we top deck an energy, we can actually just Guzma and start swinging with Bulu. And don't even need to put Silvallies in play, which it would be good since they all have abilities. But we'll see what my opponent's going to go with here with the Ultra Ball. Probably going to find a Brigette, or Lele for Brigette, I should say. Actually just going to get a Tapu Koko. Maybe they don't play Brigette in this deck. They just draw into their resources as they need them. And we're going to see a Sycamore. Being able to Guzma knock out Koko would be nice as well. And we have Nature's, or Tapu Wilderness to just heal any damage that they end up doing to us off of Bulu. So let's see. Energy top deck. Did not get there. Unfortunately, we will go ahead and attach the Choice Bands. And we'll just go ahead and play the N. We need to find Silvally plus an energy, and we'll be able to take a knockout this turn. We unfortunately do not quite get there. But we do have a Guzma option next turn. Elixir is not the highest odds, so I think we're just going to hold it. And we'll just click done. On to my opponent's turn. And they can get a Sneasel in play, or a Weavile, excuse me, since it does have free retreat. Looks like Evosoda will find it for them, so they can get off a Flying Flip this turn. But we just get to come in with Bulu and start taking some KOs. Choice Band is going to go on to the Honchkrow, and we're just going to see them in, so taking away my Guzma, unfortunately. But we'll see what we draw. We get a Rayquaza, we get Zoroark. This is not a hand that we can really do much with. We might have to try to find DCE or Silvally on this other end of the N. So let's go ahead and Max Elixir. We do hit. There's a Silvally, so if we had just Sycamore, we'd have drawn it. We'll go ahead and attach to type Null, actually. Silvally can also, you know, hit 120, which knocks everything out in his deck. Oh, I shouldn't have attached this energy. Now I have to find Silvally. Because we could otherwise find DCE or energy or Silvally, but hopefully we just find it. We do, thank goodness. We did find the DCE as well, but I should not have attached that energy. But now we can just retreat, and we'll start swinging with Bulu here. Nature's Judgment will not discard the energies. 120 damage. And let's see what my opponent can do to respond to this. We do have two Pokemon in play with an ability now, which is not great. I really wish this deck played something like Acerola. Max Potion is even something that I think makes a lot of sense in a deck like this. But we don't have that access to that right now. Rule of Evil is just going to do 60. Okay, that was a really good top deck. Do we want to take out the Honchkrow right now, though? 160, 80, yeah, 180, yeah. We need to take the Honchkrow out for sure. So that was a good top deck. We'll go ahead and attach to Silvally here. We could go get another Bulu and start powering it up, I guess. Is there a real reason to do that? Sure. He needs to find another Coco if he wants to spread and do damage. He's down 2 DCE, so setting up another Bulu I think is totally fine. And we'll just go Nature's Judgment. We will not heal because I kind of want to save that until there's a little more damage on this guy. If he does Flying Flip, maybe this next turn we'll heal that damage off. I should probably just go ahead and be slapping these Choice Bands down because I don't want to draw them if he ends us. And they're likely not going to really do much for us. So let's see what he gets with Ultra Ball here. Gonna go get another Murkrow. So I want to find a Guzma for that now. But this is why I think I'm okay just setting up another Bulu. He is going to end us. Should have just slapped this here and this one like here, but it's okay. Here comes the end. He did bench a Lele for us, which is great, and we do draw the Guzma, which is awesome. And we can just set up another Bulu this turn, it looks like. If we hit the Max Elixir, that is. So since he benched 2 Honchkrows, oh, and he does 60 damage to his own Lele. I totally forgot that that was a thing. Okay, so we draw Multi Switch, which is neat. Do we want to take this out? If he gets a Guzma Choice Band on a Weavile, he can knock out our Silvally and our Lele and take a 4-prize turn, but then he doesn't really have much set up, so I'm kind of fine with where we're at. Let's go ahead and Elixir. We whiff. We'll attach. Let's Guzma Lele. Or should we Guzma Murkrow? Let's just go ahead and take the Lele knockout, honestly. I'm going to multi-switch a grass off of Silvally just in case it goes down. And we can always attach a DCE to that. I'm going to retreat and Tapu Wilderness here, I think. We could just Nature's Judgment, though, because it has 120 left, or 110 left. So we'll just Nature's Judgment. Not discard. And now we just need to take 2 knockouts before our opponent takes 6. And with 2 Bulus fully set up, we should be able to make that happen. Even if this turn he does get Guzma on Silvally plus a Choice Band and takes a 4-prize turn here, which could happen. Not much that is going to be able to happen. Oh, he does play Counter Catcher, which is interesting. But we just have free retreat now. And we just knock this out. Okay. So, I'm trying to think of ways my opponent can win. We can, I think if we just retreat and knock this out, we're totally fine. We have the other Silvally in hand. Should we go ahead and bench the Bulu so we don't draw it? Maybe. We can stretcher the Lele into our hand so that if he ends us, we have access to the Lele. I guess that really doesn't actually do anything. But we'll just bench Bulu. We have Silvally in hand, so we always have free retreat next turn. And I think we just knock out the active. He can knock out any of our Bulus with a Murkrow, or a Honchkrow. I think we just knock him out with this one. Trying to think if there's anything else we should do. We could end there, but I don't want to put the Lele in play. I don't think... So my opponent could, like, Counter Catcher into one, and then we just don't ever draw Silvally and we can't retreat, so maybe we don't bench the Bulu? But I'm not sure. I mean, that means we have to, you know, not draw something like Guzma or Multi Switch Energy Silvally, which would like allow us to take a knockout. So I don't know. We'll see what my opponent can do here. I guess we should have kept the Rescue Stretcher as opposed to just putting the Lele in our hand, because if we get in and draw the Rescue Stretcher, we can still use it to get Lele, and we can potentially use it to get Silvally if this Silvally gets knocked out. Because I'm sure my opponent's going to in us here. No, actually going to Sycamore. I hope there's not something I'm like not seeing. Oh, interesting. So we do see the Tearaway Weavile, which lets him move his tools around as he pleases. Evisoda gets a Honchkrow in play, so he'll get to take a knockout on Bulu. Or what's Feint Attack do? 30 damage to one Pokemon, so that can knock this out, but that doesn't really do much. So we can get a Raven's Claw knockout. But then we just knock him out with this Bulu. Yep. So that's going to be game. Interesting deck for sure, but we end up coming out on top. Because all we have to do is Nature's Judgment here. We can discard all the energy, because why not? Take the last prize. We had Guzma for Lele, even if we somehow had 2 prizes left, or Guzma for any of the other Pokemon if Honchkrow had a little more HP maybe, but getting a W there is definitely solid. Taking 6 prizes, 6 knockouts actually. Normally when you take 6 prizes it's, you know, only like 3 or 4 knockouts, but ended up being 6 knockouts. But we'll see if we can grab another one and see what happens here in the rest of the video today. I was really not sure what that was going to be based on his Lunala coin, Lunala deck box. I saw Psychic typing. I was like, are we going to play against a Lunala deck right now? That would be pretty nuts. But thankfully, Zoroark is a Dark type and Lunala is weak to Dark, so that would be useful. Thylu here playing a what looks like Gardevoir deck. We do win the flip, which is great, so we'll choose to go first. Gardevoir definitely seems like a tough matchup, since we don't really have a way to get that one-hit knockout. No Kukuis or anything like that in this deck. We have a solid opening hand, though. And let's see if it is... We see Lele. I'm still going to assume this is probably Gardevoir just based off of his types, but that doesn't really change my first turn regardless. I guess we should always bridge it before we go for Lele, but it's fine. We'll just get another Null and a Zorua and a Bulu. I think it's always good to have two Nulls on the first turn, because otherwise your opponent could just like Guzma up your only type Null, and then if you evolve to Silvally, you can't retreat because you don't have free retreat, and so you don't have any way to move the Null. So that's why I think it's good having two. It basically forces you to play Guzma the next turn, which you may not be able to do. Choice Band is going to go onto the Lele. And just a Sycamore from our opponent. Oh, let's see. This must be an ugly hand. Looks like it is indeed Gardevoir, and yep, sure enough, Guzma, Sycamore. So see, that's what I'm saying there. That turn, they could have, if we didn't get another guy down, they could have just brought up Null, and we would have been kind of messed up there. So we could try to get a knockout here this turn. If we go attach DCE, try to find a Max Elixir plus Multi Switch combo, and a Choice Band would let us Tapu Wilderness take the knockout. Because right now he is return knocking out our only Bulu. So we could go for that play, honestly. Do we end to try to do it? We put another multi-switch in the deck, so that helps. But we get really punished if we don't hit that combo. So I think we're just going to attach the DCE to the type Null here. But I think I will in. I know that he didn't really do much after his in, but the chances of him not having drawn anything are pretty low, honestly. So we can Choice Band hit him for 60, and then next turn we can 120 with a Silvally, but then he can respond with a Glade. His Glade is discarded though. He might play 2. We could retreat Armor Press if we go, or no, we wouldn't be able to do that. So I think we're just going to go Horn Attack. This is really kind of an awkward hand. I know we're going to lose our Bulu here as well, which is really not great. Does get a Kirlia out. DCE goes to Kirlia. So we could go get our own Lele. Ooh, never mind. Parallel City. We'll get rid of a Null, and this is going to be bad if he does get that Guzma onto Null, but nope. Doesn't look like he got there. So, if we send up Silvally, that's actually pretty bad. 20, 40, 60, 80, 110. So we need to find Choice Band, and we can knock out with Zoroark. Field Blower, that's great. So let's go ahead and play that. And we're going to try to get the knockout with Zoroark this turn. We're going to put... We probably have another Bulu in the deck. We probably could have shuffled these 3 back, though. We know we prized a Silvally. I think I need to put the Null back down. We will probably have access to another Bulu. And we're going to go find Lele here. I think we're just going to get rid of the 2 grass energies. And we'll go Sycamore. So we need to just find Zoroark, and we'll be able to knock this thing out. At this point, we don't even need Choice Band anymore. Or no, we actually do. We need one more Pokemon or a Choice Band, sorry. I thought this was a 9 for some reason, but we have to trade into it now. So let's actually Elixir before trading. Put 1 on Bulu. Do we want to put 1 onto type Null? So where's this one go? I guess onto type Null, and then if we trade into Silvally, we can still get a knockout. We'll go trade. Sycamore. Did not get there. If we had traded onto the Bulu, or if we had elixired onto the Bulu and then hit this other elixir, that would be solid. Feels really bad, man, but I think we'll just go right to speeding. Hold the elixir for now. That's so ugly. Just giving our opponent more time. We're not pressuring enough. Whiffing a Pokemon or Choice Band. We play the 4 Choice Bands. It's pretty ugly. But next turn, we can probably get a Guzma knockout onto Kirlia. If we had just put that other energy on Bulu instead of Silvally, or to type Null, excuse me, that would have worked out. Choice Band onto Ralts, and we're going to see Lele. Let's see what this goes for. Maybe just a Sycamore to try to get more set up. And that is what he's going to grab here. And let's see if he can find himself a Gardevoir, get that in play this turn. Honestly, even if... and he could also get Gallade, which would let him retreat KO. Or maybe even Gardevoir. If he put the Choice Band here and he found a Gardevoir, he could get a knockout potentially. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. He would need Fairy Energy plus Secret Spring. But he decided to put it on the other routes, which I think is safer, but maybe he wanted to be a little aggressive there. I don't know. He's actually going to go get a Rangaroo, not Gardevoir, so maybe he has Gardevoir and like a couple fairies in his hand. Does have Gardevoir. Secret Spring. And Floatstone goes on to Lele, and we'll see a couple of cards off Instruct here. This lets us get a prize later on, unless he Max Potions this with Horn Attack, which is useful, or with Armor Press, actually. So did he find Choice Band plus another Fairy, or does he just want to hit us? Ooh, he's just going to hit us. Okay. Trying to save it for later. So we can Guzma Horn Attack KO. We can actually Silvally-GX attack, but we need to find a... we would need to find a... the timer is on my tail right now. So we'll go here. Get Silvally. We need to find a Choice Band, which we have 2 in the deck. So we prized 2 Choice Bands. That could be part of our issue. Or no, we discarded one, so we only prized 1. So let's go Elixir. We can set up Bulu. And let's find a Choice Band here so we can get a Rebel GX knockout. We did find one, which is great. We'll hold Rayquaza, hold the Max Elixir. We'll trade... I don't really want to trade any of these things. I guess, if anything, we trade the Multi Switch. Or the Rayquaza. Or the Elixir? Maybe N. I think we trade away N. I don't think we're going to N next turn. Okay. Do we ever bench one of these guys? We're down how many DC? Just 1 to the active. So I guess we can go here. Sorry, game. And we'll Rebel GX. So there's a knockout. We get a Grass and a Sycamore, so solid prizes. Sends up Lele. And if he doesn't get Rare Candy Gallade to respond to this, and he's already discarded 1 Gallade, we're in a definite, really solid position. We can even, like, Guzma knock out his only Ralts next turn. But our path to victory might just be knocking out this Lele and then knocking out this Lele. So we may just set that stuff up. Honestly, maybe we should have benched the other Bulu instead of this Rayquaza, but I don't know. We'll see. So he does in us. So if we get another DCE or like 2 grass or something, or we even get Guzma. So if he retreats this Lele, okay, so he only gets the Kirlia. We've got options next turn. We could, it depends on what he does. If he retreats this Lele, we can actually Guzma multi-switch the DCE, Turbo Storm, knock it out, and accelerate 2 grass. That's pretty good. I guess we put them on to Zoroark, though? Maybe back onto type Null, or to Silvally, excuse me. Gonna shuffle back a Ralts Gallade and a Fairy Energy. I guess we can put them on Lele. Oh, he's actually just gonna Energy Drive, though. Okay. So that takes away that Guzma option. So let's go. We can Guzma knock out Kirlia, though. Game hates me, I'm telling you guys. We can Guzma knock it out with Zoroark. We can actually just knock it out with Bulu. Well, we can send up Rayquaza and we'll retreat to whatever. So we can knock it out with Zoroark. Let's trade first. I guess we should have done that before the Guzma, but probably not going to change our play. We get double multi-switch, so we could Dragon Claw, knock it out, and that is spicy. I like that. So let's go... Or we just got a Grass Energy, though. Or, like, we have a Grass Energy in hand, so we can just go there. We can go here. It's got 80 HP, right? And we'll go Dragon Claw, take the KO with a non-EX, and get rid of his only threat in play. And he can attach another energy to the Tapu Lele to knock us out. But I'm really liking the position that we are in. There goes another Floatstone to Oranguru. And yeah, my opponent's just going to go ahead and scoop that one up. I think we'll go ahead and do one more game. We can go ahead and grab one more. It's been about 30 minutes, but you guys seem to like the longer videos. Let me know what a good video time is for you down in the comment section. Do you like it whenever they're around 45, 50 minutes, even an hour-long videos? I know yesterday's or Friday's was an hour. One of those two was an hour. I haven't had anyone like complain about them being too long, but let me know what you guys think. So, looks like we might be going up against a Volcanion deck. We do win the flip, so we'll choose to go first. We start with a Bulu, and we do have a turn 1 Brigette. It's a little awkward to get there. It's not that bad. I guess we discard Choice Band, maybe top deck. Yeah, I guess we just discard the top deck. Yeah. We will get Brigette, and we'll get a Null, 2 type Nulls and a Zorua. Yeah. I think that is solid. And we can Max Elixir to the Null. We're gonna probably attack with Silvally at some point. I think this is Volcanion based on his typings. We'll attach. We'll go ahead and play the Elixir. do hit. And we will pass onto our opponent's turn. Hopefully we don't get delinquented, but I would doubt that. We could also get Tormenting Red sprayed, and he would, or Tormenting, whatever, or Peeking Red card. No, it's just Tormenting Spray. Peeking Red card lets you, like, look and then make your opponent shuffle their hand if you want to. I don't remember exactly what it does. But here we go. We see Volcanion EX come out, so it is indeed a Volcanion deck, like I originally thought. Po Town, that is really interesting. And we're just going to see an N, which I'm fine with. Po Town. So if we can find a Field Blower and get our evolutions in play, that would be solid. On to our turn. Multi Switch, so we can get a Nature's Judgment knockout, actually. We could actually get a Tapu Wilderness knockout. That's like so greedy. But it kind of, I like being that aggressive. That's a little too aggressive. No, I like it. We're gonna do it. We are gonna be that aggressive. We're gonna multi-switch. We're going all in. It's the last video of the day. We'll put this here. And we'll go Sycamore. We're doing it, guys. We're making it happen. We can get a Silvally in play. We do find Field Blower as well, which is good. I guess we get rid of a multi-switch. We have another one in hand, which is good. We'll just Field Blower this, and that's it. We could have gotten Zoroark since we don't really have much going on in our hands. We do hit that energy, which is always good. And we're going to go Tapu. We can actually retreat and go Turbo Drive instead, but that doesn't really do anything. And we're not going to Rebel GX, so let's just go take the KO here. And then next turn we can take another KO unless he can somehow take a knockout this turn, which is pretty unlikely if you ask me. So Po Town, we see Fighting Fury Belt, and Professor Sycamore. So actually we can't knock out a Fury Belted Turtonator, so that's an issue. But if he didn't find a Floatstone here, we'll just knock out this Volcanion. But he did find a Floatstone. He's actually going to go into Baby Volcanion here, which is an annoying Pokemon for us to deal with for sure. Power Heater does 20. So we can retreat and Turbo Drive, hit it. Actually choose to attach to Volcanion EX. I don't really want to end him at the moment. We can Energy Drive, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. There's no energies in the discard pile right now. Hang on, let's think for a sec. I guess we can attach this DCE and then maybe in. I hate discarding all my energy to knock out Baby Volcanion. We could have maybe just armor pressed there, and I don't super dislike that. We still can, I guess. Maybe we'll just go do that. And we'll hold the N for one turn, and we'll see what my opponent does. And I kind of like this. We can now retreat next turn, go into Silvally 120. Never mind. So he still has 140 HP now, actually. So ended up not doing much. If we had another Field Blower in the list, that would be nice, but we only have the one. We can top deck Guzma, though, and if we do that, we can knock out Volcanion. My opponent is just going to Sycamore. Yeah, he does need steam ups in order to do any damage here, but he will help himself get more set up. So he's doing 60 right now. Yeah, 90. Okay, I was going to say, unless he steamed up once before and I didn't see it, but now he's doing 90. Would be taking a knockout if it wasn't for the effect of Armor Press. We're down all of our multi-switches. Lele can come in and be good at some point, or it would have been maybe, but we don't have multi-switch anymore. So we've got Stretcher, not super hype on that. Yeah, this is an annoying Pokemon for us to deal with. We'll just end. I know he only had the one card hand, but I'm sure he had something. We've already GX'd, otherwise Tapu Wilderness would be great, but we already used Tapu Wilderness. And I kind of just want to Armor Press again. It's so slow, but I think that's better than just discarding all our energies to knock this out, or hitting it for 110 or 120 with a Silvally. So let's see if he can find a Guzma this turn. That would be bad. Maybe we shouldn't have ended just for that reason, but he's already down 2, so he needs to find 3rd or 4th Guzma. He probably plays 2 or 3. Or wait, 3 or 4, excuse me. Yeah, we probably, I guess, shouldn't have gone with the end that turn, but he is going to Sycamore, so it ends up being fine, because the likelihood of his last card being a Guzma is not very high. But he's going pretty hard. He's only got 9 cards left in his deck. He can knock us out with Type Null, or with Volcanion, excuse me, and that does put us on, like, odd prizes. But he's down a lot of energy. We do see at least one energy retrieval, though. So he does 170. He would need 2 steam ups to knock out Silvally. And he's got 10 energy in play. Guzma top deck. Nope. Okay, so we're going to attach an energy to Lele with Choice Band, and we'll go in here. There's a Guzma. We were already down 2, though, so... I'd like to have a Zoroark in play at this point, but it hadn't happened yet. So we'll just go Turbo Drive, and we'll put the energy... Oh, wait, there wasn't one. That's right. Yeah, sorry. So we'll just take the knockout. It would have gone on Lele, though, if we had one. But there's a Max Elixir, which is solid. And being able to Guzma the turn after attacking with Silvally is nice. But we now are on the odd prizes, and we basically have to take those knockouts. So, Field Blower. Gonna get rid of Choice Bands on probably Lele and Bulu, if I had to guess. Yep. So maybe could have held the Choice Band. I was kind of just playing my hand out, though. I guess we should have held it, because he hadn't played Field Blower yet. But I'm not really expecting him to be able to get the KO here, but it could happen for sure. Did we? How many steam ups did we see? We did see 2. Okay, never mind. I wasn't totally paying attention, but 20, 40, 60. So can we Guzma like hit this one? I think we Guzma here. Get this guy back. That's a good hit. Because he's going to Nitro Tank this turn unless he has Guzma. So if we do this, he can 130 or steam up twice, or get Field Blower double steam up, or Field Blower 1 steam up. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. I think I like this. But this kind of also makes us play at least one more Guzma to get the game. He can't attack with this one now. Or he can, but he'll lose it to either Bulu or type Null. Fighting Fury Belt, okay. But still has 120 HP. So he only needs one steam up and he'll knock out Lele. Escape Rope. Not gonna lie, was not expecting that. We'll go up to... I guess we gotta give him Zorua, honestly, right? But then he just needs to knock out Bulu or Lele to win. Yeah, I think this is our only thing to give him. Gonna send up Lele. Let's see what she attacks with. I think we just went too aggressive that first turn by going for the turn 2 Tapu Wilderness. That was kind of foolish, but I thought being aggressive might be good here. Turns out I was very wrong. And he's just gonna attack us with this Volcanion, which we can knock out, but we have to knock it out with Bulu, which he just knocks out with this guy. So we're going to send up Lele. Okay, Guzma top deck would have been the best, actually. We'll definitely do that. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40. So we just have to 120 it. 2 fire energies will win him the game here. And we do get an attachment, so that's good. So let's see if he's got the 2 fires. There's one Volcanion EX. Hits us with Volcanion. There's 1 fire. Sycamore. Does he have it left in deck? 6. So he plays 15 fire energy. No, 13 fire energy. Giving us the heart. So I'm assuming he got it, or he got the energy retrieval. Yep, looks like they did get enough for the KO. I think I just like shouldn't have gone that aggressive the first turn. I was just like, you know what? I was kind of feeling myself a little bit. He's just going to give us a little BM. That's fine. I've been there. I have definitely done that, so it's all good. And going to go for the other steam up. And we'll give him the Broken Heart for the BM, but, you know, we'll take it and see what happens. There it is. 260 damage there. So he played 6, 7. Lots of fire energies. Can we see their list? How do you do it again? I guess it doesn't let you look at it, but that's fine. So good game for the last one, and just, you know, I got punished for going a little too aggressive. You know, I was feeling myself, like I said. Should have just toned it back a little bit, but let me know what you guys think of this Silvally-Bulu deck. It's fun to play, to say the least. I would probably build it a little different. I don't know that I would play the Zoroark line. I think I might play some Max Potions in the deck. I think that could be really good, actually, if we play some Max Potions in here, but let me know what you guys think, like I said, and that is going to do it for me, and I'm going to get out of here. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and take care.